that took so long. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley. I'm the mom of two. Today we're going to be tackling my fridge. I do have a big grocery order coming tomorrow, and so in preparation for that, I want to get this fridge cleaned and reset to make my life a lot easier tomorrow. So if you like that kind of content, please make sure you thumbs up and subscribe. I would love to have you hang around, and those are both great ways to support my channel as well. So all of that said, let's get cleaning this fridge. As you guys can see, my fridge is pretty much close to the empty side. I have all of my condiments and everything here, and then everything else is here. There's some leftovers here, and my meal prep's there. And then we've got all of our drawers here. And then this is what the freezer is looking at. Like I said, we're going to do a grocery order tomorrow, so everything is looking super, super bare. I wanted to start off this deep cleaning by just taking everything out of the doors first. I wanted to keep the majority of my food in the fridge as long as possible, so I didn't take everything out and then clean the whole thing and then put everything back. I went by sections instead, so the doors was the part that I felt like was going to be the quickest and easiest. So I took all of my condiments and like dairy out of the doors, and then I took all of the shelves out and then gave the doors and the shelves a nice scrub. I don't know if anyone else does this, but in our house we like to put condiments that we use like often in squeeze bottles. So it is one of those things where you're kind of like decanting something that doesn't really need decanting, but as you can see, you have like a big container of barbecue sauce, and it's actually my toddler's favorite sauce to put on literally everything. And so just to prevent, big messes, we put things in squeeze bottles. So we put barbecue sauce in a squeeze bottle. We also put ketchup in a squeeze bottle as well, because it's just easier for the kids. The sauce just squeezes out and we don't have to worry about huge messes. And then I also want to get one for ranch, because sometimes ranch doesn't have the little squeezy like hole in the top, and the amount of times that my oldest has dumped like 2 tablespoons of ranch on top of his fries or on his plate is just crazy. So we try to use squeeze bottles as much as possible. So you guys let me know in the comments if you've ever used squeeze bottles in your household, or do you just think those should stay in a restaurant? Okay, moving on to the doors, as you can see, there's all sorts of stuff like caked onto the sides of the doors. I think that my son spilled like lemonade or something. That's the only thing I can think in here that would be pink, that would stain the insides of the doors. So I'm just going to spray the doors down really quick, both doors, and then give them a good wipe. right, so now that the doors are done, we're gonna move on to my deli drawer. I'm just gonna take everything out of this drawer, all the meats and cheeses, and then I'm going to wipe down this drawer, give it a good scrub and rinse, wipe down underneath it, and then put everything back. So I was actually struggling at a couple of times trying to get these shelves out. The drawer would not slide out because the doors to the fridge they hit the sink and then they don't open wide enough. So I was having a hard time like taking out this drawer just to like get it out so I could clean it. I thought I was gonna have to take all the shelves on the doors off again, but thankfully I was able to like wiggle it around a little bit, and I actually had to pull the fridge out like maybe a couple inches from the wall to get this drawer out. So took a little elbow grease, but I managed to get it out and got it all cleaned. Alright, so we're going to move on to my bread drawer and my fruit and vegetable drawer. I know that this drawer that I put the bread in is obviously not for bread. It is, so you can separate your fruit from your vegetables. But I like to keep all of my bread in the fridge because it just keeps a little bit longer than if you were to leave it on the counter. We do have a bread box, but the bread box is too big for like the amount of counter space that we have in our house. So it just kind of lives in storage until one day we could have a bigger kitchen and I could put it on the counter and display it again. Y'all let me know if you keep your bread in the fridge. Do you keep it in the fridge or do you keep it in the counter on a bread box? Also, I like to keep my fruit in the fridge. I know that's kind of a controversial thing. Some people like to have their fruit at room temperature, but I personally enjoy grapes, strawberries, berries, apples, oranges, stuff like that. I enjoy it like chilled rather than like room temperature. So let me know, do you guys keep your bread and your fruit in the fridge or do you keep it on the counter? So we are moving on to the middle part of the fridge, and as you guys can see, something has spilled under there, and I'm pretty sure it's lemonade. I did see a spill and I did my best to like wipe it out the other day, but somehow I don't know how much lemonade got spilled in here, but it seeped like all the way underneath the glass. So I tried to remove the glass while the shelf was in the fridge, but I think the glass was like stuck to this because of like all of the sugar, and I don't know, whatever else in the lemonade like adhered it to the thing. So I was like, okay, does this glass not come apart? Like, I don't want to break it. And then I noticed that one part of it kind of like popped off, and I was like, okay, it does come apart. I was like, it wouldn't make sense to not come apart because how was I going to clean it? So I was happy that I was able to take this whole thing apart. It did take me quite a bit of time to figure out how to even take this shelf out. It was probably the hardest shelf to get out, and then to figure out how to take the glass apart, and then to scrub the glass part, and then to scrub the shelf part did take a bit of time and a bit of, you know, a little bit more elbow grease, but I got it done. I did have a conversation with my son about, hey buddy, if you have a huge spill, can you please like clean it immediately? Don't just wait for someone else to clean it, because that's what happened here, is that he spilled it and then it just like filled up this whole entire area. And yeah, so I'm glad that this is done and cleaned, because man, that was a sticky mess. Okay, so the fridge is done, and now we're gonna move to the freezer part of this fridge freezer. This part was actually the easiest, honestly. All of these drawers popped out so easily, and the cleaning process was actually very quick. It helped, obviously, that there wasn't a lot of stuff in here, because, you know, I could just take like the few things out of here and then put them right back. And that's also great because I didn't want anything to thaw too quickly. So I was able to just like get in here, spray everything down, take all the drawers out, rinse them off, and then get them back pretty quickly. Okay, so if you've never deep cleaned your fridge, you've probably never seen this before, but I'm pretty sure that's dog hair back there. I can't imagine what else would have gotten back there. It's like yellow clumps of hair. So I'm assuming it's our Labrador's hair that has somehow like floated into the back of the fridge, which honestly grosses me out like a lot. So I'm trying to figure out, maybe there's a way that we could probably cover the ice. I'm thinking that's like the only like thing in there that's exposed to like the inside of the fridge. But yeah, it was really disgusting. I swept all the mess out first, and then I wiped everything down, like sprayed it down with like cleaner, and then wiped it all out. But yeah, that was pretty gross, but I'm glad that I deep cleaned it, because otherwise it just would have been sitting in there forever. that took so long. It took like 2 hours to deep clean this fridge, but we got it done. So let me show you what it looks like. All right, so I have to say, I feel like it looks brand new. I think I did a really good job. I even cleaned out like these little, I don't know what these are called, but the little suction thingies that go to the door. I even cleaned those out, wiped everything out. I wiped every single drawer out. I also decided to just split this in half and put dairy and meat on dairy on one side and meat on the other side. It was just like all come together, and I feel like this might work a little bit better. And then I put everything back where it normally goes, my bread and my fruit. And then all the leftovers are over there, egg crate, and then I put all of the stuff back in the doors. We do actually have one thing that's broken. You can see there's a huge crack in it. And I just went ahead and took it out because I think that I can actually fit everything in here that I want to fit in here. And then if I need more space, I'll just put the almond milk like here instead of where like the bread is. So that's where we are in the fridge. And then in here, this was way more disgusting than I thought it was, to be honest. Because like in that part that's like way back there underneath the fridge, or like in the back of the fridge, was disgusting. I don't know how it gets so gross. I think just for having a dog, maybe like her hair floats back there or something, I don't know, but it was disgusting back there. So I'm glad I cleaned that out. And then I put everything back in here and it looks great. Oh, okay, now that we're done, I'm going to make dinner and we need to get ready for soccer. But I thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys got inspired to clean out your fridge or tackle a deep cleaning project that you need to tackle in your house. Y'all let me know down below when the last time was that you deep clean your fridge, and also let me know what deep cleaning projects you guys are tackling for the beginning of this year and what things are you wanting to go into the new year just like nice and refreshed. But yeah, thank you guys again for watching. Talk to you soon.